Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're really drilling down into something fundamental, how we connect, the architecture of everyday human interaction.
Exactly. And we're doing it by looking at two, polar opposite kinds of sources. We've got the script, the how-to, and then this deeply emotional story.
It's a great contrast. We're looking at the mechanics, like literally what words to use for small talk, and then the morality of it all. What happens when something important is actually at stake.
Right. So the sources are, on one hand, 50 natural English small talk starters. Pretty practical stuff.
Yeah, a real guide. And on the other, this story, The Lost Necklace and Park Adventure. It's about loss and, finding something more than just an object.
So our mission here is to unpack those basics, how small talk works, breaking the ice, but also see how things like genuine kindness, persistence, hope, how they create these really powerful, memorable connections beyond just saying hello.
Okay, let's start with small talk itself.
Yeah.
The source guide is pretty clear. It often gets a bad rap, right? Like it's meaningless.
It does. But the guide stresses it's not meant for serious topics. Its job is specific. Breaking the ice, feeling comfortable, and starting a friendly exchange. That's it.
It's step one.
Yeah.
And you can't really get to step two without it sometimes.
Exactly. And the guide points to three key things for making it work.
Okay.
One, remember the goal. Just starting that friendly connection. That's the only goal initially. Two, you need to be curious, genuinely curious. That shifts the focus off you and onto them.
Right. Takes the pressure off yourself, maybe.
Subtly. And three, and this is often missed, you have to signal warmth. Smile, actually show you're interested, non-verbally.
So if it's supposed to be easy and low stakes,
Yeah.
why do people find it so hard? Why do we freeze up?
Well, I think people often mistake it for the main conversation. They feel they have to be witty or profound.
It's okay.
But the guide shows it's simpler. It's just acknowledging the shared reality. It's meant to feel easy and natural. The structure is there to help, to remove that pressure of having to invent something brilliant on the spot.
So that structure comes from the shared reality, the context. That's the key.
Exactly. The environment, what you're both doing, maybe even a shared small struggle, that gives you the script.
Let's dig into that. The guide uses different scenes. How does the starter change based on where you are?
Yeah, the context is everything. The suggestions are really grounded in what you're both experiencing. We can group them maybe. First is just shared environmental observation.
Okay. Like the coffee shop example. It's 8 a.m. The line is huge.
Right. You're both in it. That shared minor annoyance. So the starter isn't random. It's specific. Busy morning, huh?
And it works because it's true for both of you. Instantly relatable.
Yeah, it lowers the barrier. You've acknowledged the small shared moment.
Right.
And then the follow-up makes sense too. Do you come here often? Moving from the moment to the place.
It builds naturally. Same idea at a restaurant, maybe sharing a table.
You comment on the reason you're both there. The food smells amazing, doesn't it? Simple observation. Easy agreement.
And the guide suggests adding value if you can.
Yeah, that's a nice touch. You should try the pasta. It's delicious. You go from just chatting to being, helpful in a tiny way.
Okay, so that's shared environment. What's the next category?
Let's call it shared activity or struggle. The gym is a perfect example.
Right. You're both there to, suffer a bit maybe.
Yeah. So while you're stretching, just asking, do you come here often? Works fine. It's about the place. But the real connector, bonding over the effort. Wow, this class is harder than I expected. Shared experience. Shared pain.
It's a temporary social glue, as you said. What about a conference? The struggle there is more social, right? Navigating the room.
Exactly. So if you see someone standing alone, the guide suggests being direct. Hi, I don't think we've met yet. It cuts through the awkwardness.
Straight to the point.
Then you immediately link it to why you're both there. What brings you here today? Contextualizes everything. It's efficient, respectful.
Okay, environment, activity. What's the third type of starter?
This one involves noticing something specific about the person, like observation of personal items or focus. It takes a bit more, maybe focused attention.
Like seeing someone reading on a train.
Perfect example. You don't ask about the train schedule, you ask about their choice. That book looks interesting. What's it about? It shows you notice them, their interest. It's a subtle compliment.
That feels much more personal than just nice weather.
It is. Or the classic park scenario. Someone has a dog.
Oh yeah, easy one.
Totally. Your dog is so cute. What's his name? You're engaging with something they clearly care about. It's positive, low risk.
And the last one the guide mentions is around logistics, like travel.
Right. airports, waiting,
Yeah.
shared journey, shared potential annoyance.
So are you traveling for business or holiday, focusing on the purpose?
Exactly. And then maybe seal the deal with a relatable complaint.
Long layovers are the worst, aren't they? Instant shared feeling.
Okay, so the big picture from the guide is small talk is about low-risk initiation, acknowledging the present moment you share. Simple. Simple in theory, yeah. But now we need to shift gears pretty dramatically.
We do, because we've been talking about these like structured, low-stakes scripts. What happens when things get real? When there's actual distress, real urgency? Do all these rules just go out the window?
That's the question. Does the structure collapse, or does that core idea of attention just find a new, more critical focus?
Which brings us perfectly to the story, The Lost Necklace and Park Adventure. This isn't about breaking ice. This is about a crisis and friendship and unexpected help.
And the weight of the lost item is key here. Emma's necklace. It wasn't just jewelry. It was her grandmother's, a gift from her mother. She wore it to feel close to both my mom and grandma.
So losing it isn't just misplacing something. It feels like losing a connection, a piece of history.
Exactly. The stakes are incredibly high, personally, so when she gasps, it's gone, and the tears start. All that careful small talk structure just evaporates. It's irrelevant.
But what steps in is something deeper. Her friend, Sarah. Her immediate reaction.
Yes. Sarah doesn't offer platitudes. She makes a promise. We'll find it, I promise. That's commitment. That's sustained attention born of friendship, not just fleeting curiosity.
And they act on it. They search systematically. Under the tree, the swings, the sandpit, the slide. Loyalty drives them.
And notice what happens when they do talk to strangers. The family having a picnic, the man on the bench.
Right. They don't use any of those icebreakers we just talked about. No, lovely day for a picnic, isn't it?
No. It's direct, urgent, specific. Excuse me, did you see a silver necklace on the ground?
So the communication shifts entirely. Small talk asks general questions. Crisis talk asks for specific, vital information.
And the strangers, they were kind, right? They showed empathy, but they couldn't actually help. They didn't have the information. It shows kindness is important, but sometimes you need effective action, too.
Then comes the climax. Emma's losing hope. The search seems futile.
And out of nowhere, this little boy appears, completely disconnected from their search party.
Holding the necklace.
Holding the necklace. And his starter, not from a guide, just simple, direct observation and goodwill. Excuse me, did someone lose a necklace?
Wow. And Emma's reaction, hands shaking, the tears, calling him a hero. That moment shows the sheer emotional power of an unplanned act of just noticing and caring enough to ask.
It connects everything, doesn't it? That's the synthesis. Both sources, the guide and the story, they hinge on focused attention.
How so?
Well, the small talk guide teaches us to focus attention on low-risk, shared things, the coffee line, the weather, a book, a dog, easy stuff.
Okay.
The story shows that when the stakes are high, attention must focus on the distress, on the specific need, the lost object, the friend's tears, the potential solution.
It's the same mechanism paying attention, but aimed differently based on the situation's gravity.
Precisely. And Emma's realization at the end hammers it home. This necklace is special to me, but friendship and kindness are even more precious. The crisis shifted her values.
From the object itself to the relationships and the kindness that helped recover it.
Yeah. So the small talk guide is about how to start a connection. Use the script, the shared reality. The story shows the incredible value of maintaining connections, that's Sarah's friendship, and also the huge impact of receiving unexpected, genuine attention from a stranger, that's the little boy.
So we started this deep dive looking at tactics, really, how to handle 7 different social scenes, step by step. How to bond over bad coffee or admire a dog.
Pretty concrete stuff.
Yeah. And we end up here realizing that some of the most vital, meaningful connections we experience are completely unscripted. They just happen, driven by empathy, by someone simply choosing to pay attention.
The common thread is looking beyond ourselves. Whether it's noticing the long line you're both in, or noticing someone's distress, or noticing a lost object on the ground, attention really is the currency of connection.
That really lands well. Okay, so that leaves us, and you, with a final thought to mull over. We dissected how to initiate chats using those starters from the guide, but the park story pivoted on receiving unexpected kindness.
Right. It wasn't initiated by Emma or Sarah in that final moment.
Exactly. So thinking about that difference, what simple, unplanned act of genuine kindness, something requiring focused attention, looking beyond yourself, could you maybe initiate or even just notice today? Something that goes beyond a basic icebreaker and creates a potentially really meaningful moment for someone else.